Cee300 Productions. Hello, my name is Brandon Robinson, and this is Student's Dilemma. This is for a course entitled Cee300 Engineering Business Practice, and a little digital presentation for you today. Let's start this journey. Have you ever found yourself in a pickle where your fate does not completely depend on your choice alone? You really don't know what to do, which way to go, which decision to make, and so you'll find a nice stone to sit down on, and then you'll think for a while. You'll think and you think and you'll think, and what you have found yourself in is a non-cooperative game. Yes, a non-cooperative game. In this type of game, there's more than one party, and each of the party's actions and reactions depend on the other person's actions and reactions. So, you can either work together, or you can look out for numero uno. Yes, that's a little bit of Spanish. Yes, it is Cinco de Mayo. For those non-Spanish speakers, numero uno means number one, referring to yourself. Now, let's set you up with a little scenario here. Let's say you and your friend decide to cheat off each other's exams. You're both consensual, and you both decide to just test your luck. Your teacher catches you, and they decide they want to cut a deal. Let's say you have student A and student B. You each have two choices and two choices only. You can either confess or you can either deny. Now let's explain these options. If you confess and the other person denies, then you get to retake the exam and they get expelled. Not really fair, but that's the point of this game. If you deny and the other person confesses, they get expelled and you get to retake the exam. Now you start to see where the dilemma occurs. If both confesses, then you receive an F, and they receive an F. So that's two Fs handed out. That's if you both confess. And if you both deny, then you both get to finish the exam separately, and you both get 1 day detention. Certainly not as bad as getting a F or getting expelled, but not as good as the retake. Let's break this down. So, as you can see, we have a matrix here, student A on the left-hand side and student B on the top side. You can both choices either confess or deny. Let's say student A and student B both decide to confess. Then obviously you can see in the matrix there, they both receive an F. If both students decide to one deny and the other confess, then student A gets to retake and student B gets to expel. If student A denies and student B confesses, then as you can see, student A expelled and student B is retake, and continuous. Student B denies and student A denies, and you both get detention. Obviously, the best solution is detention. This is what we call the globally optimal solution, and it is very unstable. Why is it unstable, you ask? Because even though it is the best choice for each of them, because detention is obviously the lighter of the consequences, if student B knows that student A is going to deny, then they might try to take the upper hand and move on to the left-hand side where they will confess, and student A will be lucked out and they will get expelled, and student B will retake. Same as if student A knows that student B is going to deny, then they can also take the upper hand and they retake the exam and student B gets expelled. So teamwork here is very hard to come along by, and so if you both decide to work together on this and you both decide to deny, you both can obviously get out with the best solution. But if one person decides to go behind the other person's back, then obviously it's not going to work out. That's why it's very unstable. Now, the best solution for each person individually is both to confess. This is what we call the Nash equilibrium, and it is very stable. Let's say if student A confesses, then no matter what, they'll get an F or better. Because student A confesses and student B confesses, they get an F, and student A confesses and student B denies, and they get to retake. So they can only go up from there. Same goes with student B. This is obviously the best solution for individually wise and the smartest solution for individual wise, which is why it is very stable. In conclusion, this has really big real applications that travels for sports, at school, and the workplace, and also if you go to jail. You need to play smarter, not harder. Look out for yourself the logical way, and go to Arizona State Cee300. My time is up. Goodbye.